A very warm welcome on this rainy day. This is the fourth edition of the Transport Talks. Here I welcome Niek Mouter. And Niek Mouter is an assistant professor in Infrastructure Policy Appraisal, if I
Appraisal.
pronounce it good. Can you give us a short introduction of yourself?
Yes, of course, Stijn. Yes, Niek Mouter. I'm an economist and a philosopher by training. And I already work at TPM for 11 years. I completed my PhD over there, which was on cost-benefit analysis. Then I did some work on the intersection of cost-benefit analysis and ethics. And now for about 4 years, I'm doing research on infrastructure project appraisal.
I read you did a research with a serious game involved to find out how Dutch citizens would like to see the phasing out of some of the corona measures. What are the results of this research?
Yes, in this particular research, it was fully related on how to phase out corona measures. And we conducted an experiment with a new appraisal method, which is called participatory value evaluation. The appraisal method aims to solve some of the issues of the conventional cost-benefit analysis. And in the participatory value evaluation, which I normally call PVE because that's shorter, citizens are put in the shoes of a policymaker in an online environment, and then they see the choice options and the pros and cons of the policymaker. They also see the constraint. In the case of the Corona PVE, they saw that the pressure of the healthcare system could only increase with 50%. And then citizens are asked to provide an advice and explain their recommendations. And based on these choices and these recommendations, we compute the best portfolio of policies for the government. And this particular PV was not on transport, but in the past, we did a transport PV for the Transport Authority of Amsterdam, for instance, to deploy mass participation of citizens for the selection of, for instance, cycling lanes or public transport projects. And in the near future, in September, we will also conduct a nationwide PVE for future transport policy options of the Dutch national government in Corona times, of course.
And do you already have some leads that that lawmakers will use these data for making some decisions?
Yeah, in this particular context, I don't really know. So that's also not you don't often get this information. So you just present your results, and then the policymakers say thank you very much, and then they go on. They are not really prone to tell you what they exactly do with your results, but there are some cases, for instance, a PV we conducted in the energy transition in Utrecht, where the alderman, the wethouder in Dutch, wrote a note on how she used the results of her study in her development of her sustainable energy policy. So in some cases, you see what actually happens with your research, but in many cases, you don't know.
How did the participants like this kind of research?
Yeah, so the majority was really positive. I think that around 80% thought that it was a good method, a good vehicle to involve citizens in public policy making. However, I think that 6% was negative. And we did the study with 30,000 respondents, so 6% is then still 1,800. So still, yeah, there's a lot of things to improve. For instance, in this particular PV, we didn't have a mobile version because of the time restrictions. But also one issue of people is that they have this constraint, so they cannot choose all policies. And we want that because we want them to make a trade-off to see what kind of trade-offs they make. But some people want to choose everything, and that's not possible in a PV, and then they get sometimes really annoyed.
Yeah, so also some creativity is also can also be a good thing. And for the near future, what kind of research are you planning?
Yeah, so one important research project that we will conduct. So actually, on Monday, a new study will be published on the COVID-19 track and tracing app, the Corona app. So we completed this study, and now it will be published on Monday. So that's finished. And then the next study is to involve Dutch citizens in the selection between transport policy options in in the year 2020. We don't know exactly which kind of policy measures we are going to put into this PVE, but this will be, so we are now starting a literature study to see what other countries are doing. And then we are going to interview policymakers, and based on this information, we will design the experiment. Another one we are going to do is also not 100% certain what the topic will exactly be, but we have some money to do the study. One option is that we will consult citizens with regard to the question, what should the government do until we have a vaccine for corona? And another option is that what will we do if we have a vaccine? How should it be distributed among citizens? So that's are the main dishes for the next half year.
Enough topics, I see.
Precisely.
These are busy times. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Niek. Thank you a lot for this short talk about how you're conducting your research right now, and I'm very looking forward to the results of the transport research. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to the LinkedIn of the Transport Institute to view all the videos and keep up to date with all the research that is conducted right now.